to the I'm in my zone, damn it, got my eyes closed. One shot, two shots, I'm gone. No new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no new.
I got them keys. I got them keys. We go to court, we gon' plead the field. I know the judge, I'ma shoot him some chips. DJ Khaled.
Bless up, my brother.
I'm so happy to talk to you. You know, I've traveled from France to talk with you.
You came all the way from France to see me?
Yeah.
So we gotta give you an amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to France. I got a lot of fans over there. And you know, when France comes to America and they come to my shows or I walk in the street and I meet somebody from France, it's always a beautiful greeting and a lot of love. So bless up, France.
Do you know that in France we're listening to you since a long time? When you were doing mixtape and there was the DJ Khaled side and exclusive freestyle, it's not new from you.
Yeah, I've always, you know, in the beginning of my career, you know, so I started in the garage with turntable records, drum machine, and from being a DJ, a producer, to being a music mogul and to have my own record company, you know what I'm saying? You got to start from somewhere, and I started from the garage, you know what I mean, with just turntables, records, and you know, posters of the Source magazine, you know, Biggie, Jay-Z, you know what I mean, like Big Pun and, you know, Tupac and, you know, all Bob Marley and all these amazing icons and artists that I look up to and listen to. You know, hip-hop is my life.
And every year, since 9 years, you make a major hit.
I'm on one, yeah, fuck it, I'm on one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a king of the anthems, you know what I'm saying, and when I say I'm the king of the anthems, I mean it. And this album, Major Key, I'm putting out a lot of anthems, you know, because fan love and brothers like you inspire me. Because when y'all show me this love, I make sure I go back in the studio and orchestrate and produce a body of work and get with the right people in the right room. If it's me collaborating with another producer, or if it's me and Future in the studio, or me and Jay-Z.
My baby blue, what else? I dream in color, what else? That's too much flavor, what else? I don't rap the suckers.
You know, me and Nicki Minaj.
He ain't messing with no average chick, pop, pop. He got Nicki, he know that he hit the jackpot.
Me and Kendrick, or Big Sean, whoever, you know what I'm saying, all these great, amazing artists. But you know, I come up with some of these concepts and ideas and this energy, and I just inspire and want to bring the best out every artist. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when you hear a Khaled record, you know it's a Khaled record. You know what I'm saying? Even if I didn't want to say we the best or another one. I got the keys or whatever I say on each record, you still know it's a Khaled record because of the blessings and the energy and the sonics and the way it's just coming out them speakers. It's a vibe.
Major Key alert.
Oh, we good now?
But when we look at the picture of the album, there is a big vibe.
Oh no, the album cover is my favorite album cover. That's a real lion. It's not Photoshop. Yeah, here with some real lions.
We got lions.
Okay.
I made sure I put the behind the scene footage out there. I Snapchat the whole process.
I like that.
And you know, the flowers represent positive energy, love, but also my angels. You know what I'm saying? Just good energy. You know what I mean? The throne represents me as the king of the anthems. You know what I'm saying? And the lion represents lion order, power. You know what I mean? The king of the jungle. You know what I'm saying? The protector of the flowers, of everything, of just, you know what I mean? Never giving up, never surrendering. You know what I'm saying? And,
but you represent something else, is that the proud. Because hip-hop culture to us is like to do it yourself and do it better. And when we see all the work that you've done, we're so proud of you, man.
Man, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I like everything to be amazing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? From putting my sneakers on to my clothes, to where I make my music. You know, I want everything to be, if it's in my power, you know, I want to make sure it's right.
Back then, nobody could have figured out that a hip-hop producer, a music producer like you, will be the representative in the cover like Bloomberg
Right.
Business Week for a social media like Snapchat.
Well, you know, the whole Snapchat thing, you know, I'm not a secret no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see what I vibe to, what I love. Besides, you know, a lot of people know DJ Khaled for being one of the biggest DJs, putting out hit records, being in the video, producing, whatever, right? But now on Snapchat, I let you in my life. Getting that fresh cut. You gotta get a fresh cut to feel good, get your mind right, think right. I let you see me personally in my life. And if you know me, I've always been like this from day one. I've always been representing Bless Up. Bless Up. Lion and the flowers. And beautiful day. Every chance I get, I water the plants. The good energy and the cloth talk and the special cloth alert. Major key. Cloth alert. You know what I'm saying? Secure your bag.
Secure the bag, I'll be on my way.
I've been telling you this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Snapchat just put it out there where the whole world could see it, you know? And then the fans is connected to it. You know what I'm saying? And think about every person that you like and that you're a fan of. If it's Michael Jackson, if it's Michael Jordan, you know something about them besides Jordan Duncan. Besides Michael Jackson singing. You like who he is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on with Khaled. You know what I'm saying? My people in the world is connected. You know what I mean? It's love.
Do you know how many person are watching you on Snapchat?
Millions. You know what I'm saying? Millions of people. And you know, it's just me being me. I'm just being me. And I'm blessed. And I'm blessed by being me. These amazing opportunities coming, like the Bloomberg magazine. They acknowledging me as a mogul. You know what I mean? I don't sleep. I work hard every single day of my life. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to have a beautiful son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go even harder. I work for my family. I take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people relying on me. So that's why I tell you to always secure the bag. Secure the bag because it costs money to eat. It costs money for you to fly down to interview DJ Khaled. You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs money to be in this room. These lights, they got to pay electricity, AC. It costs money. So we got to secure the bag. And that's why I go so hard, because I want to make sure I secure the future for my son, for myself, for my family.
And I was really touched when you're talking about your son. For the first time, you were saying that you were waiting for his coming and making him listen to like inspiration, like reggae music.
I listen to conscious music in my backyard. It's a musical garden, you know what I'm saying? Only certain tune can play back there, like Buju Banton and
I wanna be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. Could you love me for me?
Stapleton and Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in Kingston. Kingston, Jamaica, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And just catch a vibe, you know what I mean? The Marleys and, you know, and these are my friends that I'm naming too, that besides me loving the music, these are people I know I've made music with. I've done dub plates with them, and that is that part of my career from the bottom to where I'm at now. That's part of my life. It's part of my story. And I'm going to represent that forever. So, you know, I love playing like, you know what I'm saying, like Till Shiloh album to my son in the belly of, you know, the Queen. You know what I mean? Have that in the background, or like Bob Marley. There's a natural mystic flowing through the air. I won't tell no lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a Movado Progress.
Nah, them can't trick me and kill me can't dead. So.
If you don't want to progress, I don't want you to be around me.
Let's talk about the album. Can you talk me about this famous Kendrick's verse?
Yeah, so Holy Key, the song is called Holy Key.
And I'ma celebrate it for a long time. The driver couldn't break me, now it's all mine. Surrounded by my angels and we all shine. Holy, 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 holy Key.
And I told Kendrick, I need you to black out and catch the Holy Ghost. And I was giving Kendrick that cloth talk. I was like, yo, Kendrick, I want you to go in. I want you to catch the Holy Ghost. I said, no rules, no regulation, straight determination. You know what I'm saying? Just go. Ain't no song format, none of that. Just go. And then, I got the vocals, and I was like, wow.
Everything is everything. Alpha Davis and wedding rings. Out for blood on my higher horse. I report what it was.
Just caught a vibe, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? A concept of the record finally came to my head. I was like, I see it. It's the Holy Key. You know what I mean? It's the Holy Key off a major key. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I said, you know what? So I got with Miss Wright. I said, Miss Wright, Betty Wright, I said, I needed you to go to church. DJ Khaled, Kendrick, Betty Wright, and Big Sean. And that's one of the many great records on the album, because every record on the album to me is the key for Free with Drake. You see what that's doing?
I go on and on. Can't understand how I last so long.
Shooting up the charts. You see that I Got the Keys with Jay-Z and Future shooting up the charts. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to give you Holy Key, and then I got this Nas record.
My signature fade with a bevel blade. That's a major key.
Unbelievable.
You got Nas.
Man, I got this Nas record, man. Nah. You know what stresses me out? And it's a good stress. Because when I tell my fans I got something, and like, they're like, yo, Cal was talking about this record, it's gonna be the most amazing thing ever. But I have more. But I guess because I mentioned that one record, they talking about that, but they supposed to, because it really is. So I'll be like, sometimes I go on Twitter, but I got more. I got Nas, I got J. Cole.
Oh, I had so many days of crying. Oh, I had so many days of pain.
I got a lot of people on my album.
Beyonce.
Take it easy. I like this guy. I love Beyonce. You know, I just got done touring with Beyonce.
Swear I had it up in here, I got no syllabus. Be for real. Fuck how you feel. Fuck your 2 cents if it ain't going towards the bill.
And I'm so grateful to be on tour with her. It's one of my highlights in my career. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, I had actually people tell me this. They actually came up to me and say, Khaled, in my face. They told me this in my face. They didn't even go around and say, let me tell management or my friend. You know, they came to my face and told me this, that you will never, ever tour in your life. Like, you'll never be on a tour.
They didn't want you to be on a tour.
Anyway, and now I'm touring with Beyonce. Not arenas, not clubs, but stadiums.
When I say DJ, you say Khaled. DJ.
Sold out every night. That's what the message I want to give to you and everybody. They don't want us to win. They don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to win more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show more love. And the person that told me no, I would never tour, I want to see him. I want to hug him. I want to give him a bottle of Ciroc. I want to give him a bottle of Belair or Doucet and say, let's celebrate.
We're doing a new show called Le Gros Journal, and I feel like people...
This is going to be your biggest show.
Yeah.
This one right here is your biggest one.
Yeah.
Trust me.
They don't want us to do the Gros Journal on Canal+.
Of course they don't. And the minute you think they do, you played yourself. And make sure you do it. You know what I mean? And do it right, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the key is to do it right, and the key is to put a good message, and the key is to show love. You know, these cameras on, you know what I'm saying? I'm very, very, very focused. When all these cameras are on, it's only love you're going to hear from me. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I represent. When the camera's off, it's only love you're going to hear from me, too. And if you ever get it confused, you played yourself.
Something I would like to say to the French audience is like I would like them to realize that I'm actually talking with the Quincy Jones of hip hop culture. That
Man, it's a big up, and you know I love Quincy Jones. Like he's like one of my biggest inspirations.
Can you explain to the large audience in France what are you doing in your life?
Well, right now, man, you know, we got the album, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I got a new artist, his name is Ken Jones.
He said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, madame.
#1 record in the country. Just making sure and building the label to be the biggest label in music. That's my goal. Also, you know, I got restaurants, you know what I'm saying? And I partner up with my brother E-Class called Finger Licking that's doing amazing. I have a publishing company. I have a management company. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got a lot of great partners. I got a big Apple deal that I'm excited about, my Apple radio show called We the Best Radio on Beats One.
Beats One, Apple Music, we the best.
It's a lot of things I'm doing, but my whole goal of the whole thing what I'm doing is like not only be a music mogul, but also be the biggest mogul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if it's, like right now we're at Epic Records. I want to meet the guy that owns the building. Like, not just this floor, like the building. I want to own the building. You know, I remember used to making $100 a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a saying called I remember. I remember when they told me I couldn't do it. I remember when I made 100 a week. I remember when I made 1,000 a week. I remember when I made 100,000 a week. You see what I'm saying? Like, and these are the things that it's called climbing the mountaintop, and that's the key, because I'm living proof, and there's a lot of other people that's living proof of being focused and following the journey of more success and more wins and more blessings by not giving up. You know what I mean?
Can you explain who are they of They Don't Want You To?
They are the ones that want us to fail. They want to finish us. They don't like us. They hate us. They're your enemy. They are the ones you need to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? They are evil. You know what I mean? Stay away from all negative energy, all negative people. Stay away from they. But sometimes you want to heal them. Tell them to jump in the ocean, cleanse off, put some cocoa butter on, get a haircut, and pray. And tell them stay focused. You know what I mean? You know, basically just keep good people around you. You know what I mean? You know, you want your cameraman that's filming you to be positive and good energy. You don't want a guy that don't want to filming you. That means the angle ain't going to be right. The lighting ain't going to be right. That means it ain't going to be filmed right if he don't like you. You know what I mean?
I'm so happy to hear that because you're right, because you spread a lot of positivity, and you know people discovered you with this famous story of you and your jet ski on Snapchat. And what happened that famous day with the jet ski?
Well, the jet ski thing, I went to go visit my brother Ross, and you know I jet ski all in the daytime. But you know, he lived on a secret island, so I couldn't find it. You know, I finally found it. Rose, you see them yachts, rich forever. And you know, I chilled with him, boom, boom, and then I left. And I went the wrong way, like, you know, there's a channel, but see, there was a thing where it had like 3 splits, and I went in the ocean, and it got dark, and I'm like, man, this is the wrong way, and it was scary. And I was brand new on Snapchat then, like super brand new. Like I'm just learning it. And I was basically trying to keep my spirits up, but at the same time, when you hit the Snapchat, the flash will come on. The key is not to drive your jet ski in the dark. So it's kind of my light, but also sending a message to Zay-Z.
If y'all know Zay-Z, tell her to call me.
Just in case the battery go down or I run out of gas, I'm out here in the water. Feels good to be back to the pathway of more success.
That day, you made blow up Snapchat all over the world.
And the thing is that, I'm telling you right now, I've been home, because I was on the road so much, I was at home enjoying life, and I still don't realize how big the Snapchat thing was. Even in that day, I see my Twitter and everybody talking about it, but I still not thinking like, you know, one day I went to the Apple store because my phone broke because the salt water kept getting in because I jet ski a lot with the phone. And I was in the Apple store, and this is when I knew Snapchat was big. Everybody always had love for DJ Khaled, always. Yo, Khaled, love your music. Yo, Khaled, boom, can I take a picture? Of course you can. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, can I get your autograph? Of course you can. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I'm blessed to be, you know.
Loved.
Yeah. But I'm in the Apple store fixing my phone. I turn around 10 minutes later. There's so many people in the store, thousands of people screaming. I thought Michael Jackson was in here. I'm looking around like, you know what I'm saying? And they got love with DJ Khaled. I said, Justin Bieber ain't here, or Michael Jackson. Like, these are things I always see, like the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, they all showing me love.
But do you realize that all around the world, people are talking like DJ Khaled?
It's fan love.
We the best music!
What is your definition of cloth talk?
Cloth talk is like, you know what I mean, like the grail. Like, this is like big talk, real talk.
Because I heard
this
that
is the key, you know?
I heard that you had a cloth talk with Obama.
Yeah, I cloth talk with Obama, yes.
Tell me, what did you say to Obama?
We was just talking about how can we uplift the young world and, you know, make this a better place, you know? And I was just like, you know, I was only speaking from my experience was, man, let's show love. Let's show love. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, sometimes when people fall, they stay down because they think that's what they're supposed to do. They think they can never have another chance. It's not true. When you fall, just get up.
What is the engine that you have in your heart to always...
Life. You know, God is the greatest.
Do you believe in God?
I love him. He's so great, man. You know what I mean? Allah, God. Jah. God. You know what I'm saying? I love him. You know what I mean? Look at us. Look what he's doing for us. We're doing an interview. You're breathing. Some people can't sit here today. We are so blessed, my brother. We're so blessed, man. Unbelievable. We're so blessed.
How do you explain that we feel so emotional when the word God is pronounced?
Well, for me, you know...
Because I see it in your eyes.
Yeah, well, for me, because I've been through a lot of storms. Some serious storms. Serious storms. Serious. You know, and I made it through the storm. And I seen the sunshine. And the reason why is because I love God.
And you said something that I understood. Is like when you're poor and when you have nothing, because somebody was asking you about the fact to be fat. You're saying that when you're poor, you don't know how to feed yourself. You don't know how to be healthy. You don't know all that stuff.
Yeah, you know, I'd say to drink water is a major key. You know, maybe the whole world knows that. You know, but when I was a young kid, they never told me to drink a gallon of water a day. They never told me this. I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just learning the foods out there. If that's why I went vegan for a while. I wanted to try that and challenge myself. Or, now I'm trying to eat. If I eat regular food, I make sure I try to eat gluten-free. Don't get it twisted. I eat all type of food. But, I'm more cautious now. And when you're educated and more cautious, you're going to be better yourself. Yeah, I'm fat, you know what I'm saying, but I'm great. But I work out a lot too. But I work out to feel good, to smile. Workout make you smile, make you feel good, you know what I mean? And also, you know, if you got a beautiful woman at home, you gonna last longer. I'm just being honest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Biggie was saying more money, more problems.
The more money you make, the more problems you get.
I feel that for you, it's like more money, more knowledge. Every time you're climbing the steps.
well, you know, Biggie, he ain't lying. He's definitely telling the truth because more money, more problems, that means more they. You know, they jealous. The most craziest days out there are the jealous days and the ungrateful days. Those are dangerous days. The jealous days, you know, they might like you at this level. When you become that level, they don't like you. They was happy with you at this level.
Yeah, they like you when they can look at you like this.
Yeah, they like look down. That's why we look down upon they. Because they like to look down upon us. No, we look down upon they. It's called secure the bag lure at all times. The minute you don't secure the bag, that means they want to finish you. I didn't make this rule up. I didn't make it up. I wish we all could be, but unfortunately we have to work.
The show is called Clique. What is your definition of a clique?
Clique?
Yeah.
You know, a good team. You know what I mean? You know, family. You know what I mean? A powerful team. You know what I mean?
And I'd like to ask you a favor because I don't know nothing about Snapchat. And can you declare my Snapchat open?
Let's do it. They don't want me on Muradu Snapchat. So I made sure I'm on Muradu Snapchat. We talking Major Key, July 29th. Law and Order, Special Cloth Alert. Major Key Alert. So it's all about the angle, too. You got to make sure you get it. Because the icon always has an amazing good size, like the beard and all that, you know?
Thank you very much.
Man, thank you for honoring me.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You, man.
This one. Rave talk, oh, we talking that rave talk. Safe talk, here we go, talking that safe talk.